Okay, we're here at Helen House, which is the first dedicated children's hospice in the United Kingdom, and we're going to tell you about Wonderland.
Wonderland is a brand new project created to celebrate the 150th anniversary of the publication of Lewis Carroll's iconic book, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
The book has 12 chapters, and we've commissioned 12 of the best and most important composers in the world today, each to write a short piece, one for each chapter. And the whole project is to raise money for Lenny Trusler Children's Foundation and in turn for the Helen House Hospice. So this is for a CD release on the Orchid Classics label next year to celebrate the 150th anniversary of the book. And although all the musicians and the composers have taken part completely free of charge, it still costs a lot of money to bring a CD to the public. So we need your help to raise the underlying costs of this CD release so that every penny raised from a sale of any CD around the world will go straight to Helen House.
Take a look at this little film that we've made to show you what it's all about.
I first got involved with Helen House because in my own family we have a history of having lost children at a young age, and at that time there wasn't a place like Helen House. There wasn't a place that would ease the suffering, that would care for the children, not only at the time of their death, but before, for long periods, to give respite to the families. And one of the most interesting things about Helen House, it's a sort of living oxymoron. It's a place where tragedy unfolds every day, but it's a joyous place and a colorful place, and you come here and there are children playing, and there's a lot of noise sometimes, and it's a wonderful place to be. One of the reasons that it's so important to support Helen House, which after all most of its support is from private citizens, it doesn't get government support of any real significance, but they're expanding what they do into the community, and they've expanded, therefore, the number of families they can help very significantly. Instead of 8 or 10 at a time, it could be 200. So that's a really important expansion of their work.
We're here in the music room at Helen House, which is used by all the children and often families as well. Music therapy is a very important part of what they're going through. It's also an educational tool because music is probably one of the best mediums for teaching communication to children who have communication and sensory problems, and a lot of the children who come to Helen House do. It's also a way to have fun as well, and some of the teenagers will come in here and play the instruments together and just be funky teenagers, which is nice for them. And my aim is to make music education fun, and I try to do lots of curriculum enrichment activities. And we've just had our first success. A girl who was here in the summer sat an AQA accredited course while she was here in Helen House, and I've just got her certificate today, so I'm really proud of her, and I know she'll be chuffed to bits. Lots of the children who come to Helen House are denied access to a normal curriculum as healthy children would have because of their complex medical needs. So it's lovely for them to have an opportunity to succeed.
We are in this area we call the little room, and this is where the child comes after they have died in Helen House or outside of Helen House if they're known to us, and the family continue to be supported in this area, and we can help the family with planning the child's funeral. We allow the siblings to say their goodbye with the time that's available, and we get the families to acknowledge and to come to terms and have their final goodbye with support from their friends and extended family.
I mean, look, I think it's fair to say that neither of us were really looking forward to coming here this afternoon. You know, spending half a day in a children's hospice was somewhat overwhelming in many ways. But the truth is, it's an incredibly inspiring, it's an incredibly humbling, and most of all, it's an incredibly uplifting place to be. And the world is a better place for it being here.
Yeah, I mean, we've spent all this time coming up with incentives and rewards for people to support our project and in turn support Helen House, but you know, having spent an afternoon here, it needs no incentive other than to just help this place exist. So please support our project and you know, help us to make this a reality. Every penny that we raise in profit will go straight to Helen House and to help them continue to do what they do, and I promise you, having just spent an afternoon here, there is no better way to spend your money.